YouTube Nation, YouTube family, it's Matt Kennedy, of course, and right now, 20 people, 8 spots. Who's getting the 8 spots? We're going to find out next. As I say, it's WRN, it's wow, it's rigged, it's next. That's what, I mean, if I ever had like a TV network, my acronyms, TTE, time to eat, all that stuff. One of my favorite things I say now is, if I had a TV show, it would say, presented by WRN, it's wow, it's rigged, it's next. Now, so people have made some, no trades. Make sure you guys are active, okay? Because when you're active, you're able to veto the trades. Okay, 9 vetoes is necessary to veto a trade. It's a democracy. Okay, people, if they think that someone's making a trade because they're out of the playoffs and helping out a friend, that's not how it works. Okay, I really encourage all of you guys to please spend at least 10 minutes a week on Tuesday mornings to go ahead and pick up people on the waiver wire. And that way on Wednesday, the players go through. Now, if you go under the waiver order, I'm first because I had the 20th pick. So whatever happens week 1, maybe some player emerges. Maybe, week 1, first quarterback gets hurt. I get first dibs, okay? Now, so this is new this year. I am the number 2 rank. So ESPN, based on my draft, they have my draft grade really high. They have me as number 2 seed. Number 1 is MN Dunker, which is weird because he has Elliott and Gordon. That's why I don't have him in the playoffs. Spoiler alert. But he's projected number 1 because if Elliott and Gordon are healthy, if they come back in the first couple weeks and, not hold out 10 plus weeks. So these are the teams, okay? Monsters of the Midway, Mariota fan, Antonio Brown's helmet, Coach K, myself. I got to have himself in the playoffs. New York Ravens, Fort of the 18, Buffalo Braves, and Mott's Tots. Now, guys, first of all, I wanted to say in the NFL, only 12 teams made the playoffs out of 32. That is a 37.5%. And also in this league, we have 8 out of 20. That is a 40%. So even though only 8 teams make the playoffs, 8 out of 20, it's realistic. That's how the real NFL is. I'm not going to have 10 or 12 make the playoffs. That's just too easy. So, it's like easier. So it's an honor as it is to make the playoffs, but also to win the playoffs. And then obviously you can have bragging rights, in the streams. So how many people, I didn't even look at the rankings. So how many overlap? So Monsters of the Midway, does ESPN have him in? Yes. Mariota fan? Yes. Brown's helmet? ESPN has him as not in. Coach K, I'm in. New York Ravens, they don't have him in, which is weird. Fort of the A team is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out. Buffalo Braves is out. Mott's Tots is... Where's Mott's Tots? All right, they also have... Nope, Mott's Tots is in as number 8 seed. So there's 5 teams that I chose that ESPN actually has in too for the playoffs, okay? So let's go over these teams, right? So we have the, first of all, my team. So why is my team in the playoffs, right? When you look at the other teams, like for example, we'll go to a random team here, someone else, Brett Cott. So why is Brett Cott not in the playoffs, okay? Matt Breida. Matt Breida is a backup of Tevin Coleman, may not get that many snaps. I get it. He may score here and there. He may have a good season, but the fantasy numbers in a 20-man league may not produce. Also, Marlon Mack, there is no Andrew Luck, kind of hurts his value a little bit. And I also feel like, honestly, the Colts may be losing some more games with Brissett now. So that means that they'll be passing more when they're losing. Damian Williams lost value. Projected 13, 14 points on Saturday night. Now he's only projected 8.7 because of our friend LaShawn McCoy. So, like I said, guys, I mean, Josh Gordon's number 2. I mean, Doyle is a backup to Ebron pretty much. But then, you go to my team, right? The quarterback's kind of shaky, I'm going to admit, okay? But a quarterback's a quarterback. Kirk and Stafford are not the 2 worst quarterbacks. They're probably the 20th best quarterback in the league. But again, it's a 20-man league. So what do you expect, okay? Quarterbacks are, I picked my quarterback last. Dalvin Cook's number 1, Drake's number 1, Brown's number 1, DJ Moore's number 1, Hooper's number 1, Corey Davis number 1, best defense, best kicker, okay? Now, of course, Jacksonville and the Bears is the same thing. Jacksonville lost Telvin Smith. The Bears lost Adrian Amos. It's all the same thing, okay? And then Tucker, that's all that matters is this. Zerloin's in a dome, and then Tucker has better accuracy. Also, Zerloin has a better offense. Tucker has just better accuracy. So, I like my special teams. I love my team. There's really no weakness besides Kenyon Drake, but Kenyon Drake's a really good worst player. That's what I think I'm in, okay? Next, I have in is going to be Florida the A-team. Breeze, top 5. Barkley, the best. Geist starts. Jeffrey, number 1. Samuel, still number 2. Reed, a really good tight end still, even though he's injury prone. And then John Ross is the wild card. I feel like Florida the A-team, if John Ross, he is number 2 for half the year. John Ross is number 2 for half the year until A.J. Green comes back. So literally, that's your wild card. If Ross does good, your team is amazing. If Ross sucks, that's your weakness. But guess what, Florida? I still have him in the playoffs because of how A.J. Green's hurt and John Ross steps up. Those are 2 teams, Coach K and Florida the A-team. Next one, New York Ravens. Wentz, top 5 quarterback. Cohen still does good in PPR. AP is your weakness, but you have Fitzgerald, Thielen, Jones. I like Njoku, Wentz. A good, well-rounded team. Again, your weakness is AP, but he should still get some goal line touchdowns. I mean, I like this team. It's well-rounded. Your weakness is AP. How's your bench? Aguilar and Snead are good backups. You might want to start Yeldon because Yeldon and Frank Gore are actually the starters now. You may want to start maybe Yeldon over AP because I think Yeldon and Gore are going to start for the Bills. Next one we have is Antonio Brown's helmet. This one honestly comes down to Lamar Jackson. So Fournette's a starter, Montgomery's a starter, Adams is great. Okay, so Fournette number 1, Montgomery number 1, Adams number 1. Westbrook number 1. McDonald number 1. Barber is the number 1 for the Bucs. I know the Bucs have a bad running game, but still he's number 1, okay? So he should get some touchdowns. You're better off having Barber, even though he's the worst starter in the league for the Bucs. So the Bucs, when was the last time they had a running game? Okay. So the Bucs have never been in the run game for a long time now, but he's still a starter. So he's going to get some numbers, okay? It's better than the backup, okay? So the weakness is probably going to be Lamar Jackson. He needs to have a good year this year, and you should be good to go. Mott's, Midway, both in. Wilson, top 5, top 6, okay? I think he's really good, all right? Top 7. I don't even know because I said Wentz and Breeze are top 5. You also have Rodgers, Mahomes, Ryan. So we'll say that Wilson's like number 7 in the league. So we have Russell Wilson, really good. Jones starter, Michelle starter, Hopkins starter, Landry's still number 2, Metcalf's like number 2, number 3. Really, you're like Mott's. You were the last seed that I had. Mott's Tots. You were the 8th seed. I mean, it all comes down to Metcalf. If Metcalf does good, your flush does good. If not, I'm going to be honest, it could be screwed. Because Landry and Rudolph are not going to go off every game because now there's Odell Beckham in Cleveland. And also Rudolph, he's like it's kind of like Hooper for me, but he starts. You're fine. Monsters of the Midway, Connor, Ingram, Allen, Robinson, Burton. All starters, all great. Number one, okay? Trubisky, I think he had like a 40-point game last year. He can do good, okay? I don't like how you have 3 Bears, though. Okay, that's kind of cringe. You have Trubisky, Robinson, and Burton, but that's okay. Plus, you have 2 Pittsburgh players. Yeah. Wow, 3 Pittsburgh players. Your kicker, 3 Pittsburgh, 3. All right, that's kind of, but still overall your team's good, okay? These 2 are in the playoffs. Mariota and Braves. Rodgers, great. Schuster, great. Cooper, great. Sanders, great. Ebron starts, Pro Bowler. But the problem with you is this. Chris Thompson, a 3rd string, okay, after Geis and Peterson. And then Duke Johnson does start, but he also has Carlos Hyde now. And then your bench, to replace them, you really had no bench. So I'm sorry, Buffalo, but your running backs are pretty skinned this year. But I still have you in the playoffs because Rodgers, Schuster, Cooper, Sanders, Ebron will carry you. Mariota fan. Jordan Howard's a backup, okay? There's a guy named Miles Sanders now. He's starting, but Howard will still get the goal line carries. Newton and McCaffrey, same team. I don't like that, okay? If they have a bad game, you're screwed. They both suck that game. If they have a great game, they both do good. So it's a win-win, win-loss. Cook's great. Hilton, great. Cook is a top 7 tight end, top 6 tight end. Really, your weakness is just Miles Standing. I mean, he's like literally like the 2nd receiver for the Packers. He'll still do fine. He has Aaron Rodgers. So there's really no weakness here besides maybe Jordan Howard, but he still gets goal line carries. So, I mean, good luck. But again, Howard won't be in all the time with Miles Sanders. Think that's it, guys. So give me your thoughts. Good luck. And I really look forward. Tomorrow I'm going to have who wins week 1. Wins, losses, week 1 projections for the NFL. See you tomorrow. Peace.